Hey guys, I am back with a new video today. We are going to be looking at the pay-to-win tier list for mobile MMOs. As you guys know, if you guys have been watching me for a while, I play mobile MMOs, and most what I get in comments is how pay-to-win a game is becoming, how pay-to-win it is, which game is free to play that people can play on mobile. And hopefully today I can give you guys a tier list of games that are mainly played, larger MMOs that people are invested in, and hopefully I can give you guys a good description of each game, or how pay to win it is, or how free to play it is, so you guys can choose which game you guys want to get into, and then you guys can give me your opinions in the comments below. I would love that. And guys, follow my socials below there, as you can see, and I will be doing some giveaways and so on my different social. And if you have any questions about the games or generally any video suggestions, I will advise you guys to check out one of my social medias below. Now let's get right into this, and I want to start with games that I played a lot, and then we go down the list to which games I played less. I don't want to start with like the pay to win and then less. I'm going to start and keep it a little feisty, you know. So let's get right into it. I have the list right here. The games are here below. I haven't added too many games. I added like the good certain amount of games, and so I can give you guys a proper list, because there's a lot of mobile MMOs right now, old and new ones. I've added both of them, so let's get right into it. We're gonna start with fan favorite Order and Chaos. Now, Order and Chaos Online is a really old game, and right now it's not getting updates, but I'm putting it on the list because it was the biggest mobile MMO on the market. It's still a lot of fun, but it does not get updates, so if they bring it back someday, that is good. But here's the pay to win tier list. As you can see on the side here, is SS is free to play. S is like little like money here and there, but mainly free to play. A is like starts coming to the balance, a little half pay to win, a little free to play, and then everything under A just gets like more pay to win, like super pay to win, and then pay to win, like really pay to win. So this is how the list is going to work. So let's start right with Order and Chaos Online. Now, Order and Chaos Online, as you guys know, it is very pay to win. I'm gonna like put it right on the rank, and then I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna put Order and Chaos on a C. Now, the reason I put Order and Chaos on a C and not pay to win is because this game did have, when you're leveling and starting up the game, like it's an experience, like it's a grinding experience, it's fun and so on. But if you start getting, and you can do a lot of like dungeons and so on without spending any money on this game, but if you want to compete in anything like hard dungeons, PvP, there's no balanced PvP in this. Lottery, like the lottery is insane in this. Legendary weapons, you gotta spend money, you gotta buy those energy tabs, you gotta keep farming. All the tournaments are money related. Mainly, there's some tournaments that are still free to play, but tournaments that give you vanities and so on is money related. So you have to spend if you want to compete, and then when you win tournament, you have to pay to win to actually get the rest of the vanities. Now, so basically, this game you can literally buy absolutely everything in this game: gold, runes, gear, gems, lottery, everything. So I'm gonna put it on C, but this game is really old, so you can experience, you can have fun, and you can catch up now since it doesn't release updates. So that's why I'm gonna put it on the C and not on the full pay to win. Now let's get into, if we're gonna start with Order and Chaos, we gotta go to Order and Chaos 2, right? So Order and Chaos 2, I am going to put you on the super pay to win. Now, Order and Chaos 2 had a good, like, when it came out, the graphics were insane. The game looked amazing. Everything was beautiful in this game. However, they started adding so much, like companions were like you had to spend money, you had to feed them, you had to level them up, you had to buy the best companions, and you had to spend a lot of money on those. They gave you insane stats and insane buffs. Then then they added cards. Now cards were also super pay to win. The higher your card levels were, the better stats you had, the better, again, passive buffs and debuffs you had. So a lot of people spend money on cards. Then they added gems. Like, gems was like the thing that killed Order and Chaos 1. but they decided to add gems to Ordering Chaos 2. And then again, you have to spend money. You have to get those good gems. If you couldn't catch up, you will get destroyed in World PvP. You would be destroyed in Battlefield. Dungeon wise, like you could catch up. Dungeons weren't too hard, so you could still compete and have fun. But anything else, you would you just get pummeled. Like you could revive in dungeons with spending money. You could revive in World PvP. However, I heard they made Battlefield more like gear balance, which was good. So maybe I should put it on C now. But the game does not get updates. But when it does get updates, it's just like new companions and new, basically like there's no new content. It's just like them trying to milk some money. So these games were really good. There still are. If you want to try them out, free to play, you won't get any updates. But it could be fun to play and try out. Now let's move to the game that I played. Like these two games were the games I played the most. Then it was Crusaders of Light, one of my favorite games. This game was amazing. Like I want to put it on B, but what I'm hearing from the game, because I quit a while ago, it used to be B, but I would say it's back on C now. Now when Crusaders of Light came out, this game was amazing. Like nobody has seen anything like this. Still to this date, this game is probably, when it comes to raids and dungeons and so on, this game is massive. Nobody can keep up with it. Like World of Kings tried to like challenge them in like raids, but raid wise, this game was amazing. Now you can play it free to play. You can do like the old fashioned raids and stuff, but if you want to compete on that high level, high raids, you can't keep up. You have to get full legendary gear. You have to evolve in that like evolution system to the legendary gears. They added gems. They added some other like kind of fragments they had to level up, and this game just became more and more pay to win. If you start this game today, you're gonna take a while if you don't spend a lot of money to be able to catch up. The PvP isn't too big in this game. They had like the chance to actually like make the PvP a little better, but they were never able to like put it like this balanced PvP, but nobody plays the balanced PvP. So technically mainly people play this game for the raids, right? For the raids, for the dungeons. They are massive, but if you want to compete on the hardest, newest raids and so, you gotta spend money. So I'm putting it on C. It's a really like, it's getting old, but it's still a fun game to try out and play. But again, if you want to compete, you want to catch up, you have to spend a lot of money. And I heard the population is like kind of shrinking. But they did a good thing. Like a lot of games like messed up, like World of Kings, is when the population starts shrinking, what they did is they used to have 40-man raids and dungeons. They made them 20-man, and then now they made them 10-man. So they're like they're making like an effort to keep like the player base happy and make them able to do these different raids. So I'm gonna put this on C. Now let's move on to World of Kings. Now World of Kings, I haven't played this game in a while. If you guys haven't seen, I'm gonna make an updated video. I don't know if this video will go up before or after when I make the World of Kings video, but it used to be when it started out on an A, right? In A, that's usually where the games are when they start out. Then we went into the game 1.0, 2.0, it dropped to a B. It's okay. B you can like accept if it's a good game like World of Kings that has good raids, that has dungeons, hard raids, and big like guild siege system and so on. You can, and like good like optimization of a game, you can accept a B. Like legendary weapons, you get the shard chest and so on. Like it gets more and more expensive playing this game. And then the 3.0 update comes out. They start adding so much stuff. Like so much stuff that you can spend money on, that you can buy, like feathers, the altar, like all these things. They start adding legendary weapons, phase 2 legendary weapons. You can buy all of this. You can literally buy everything. You can spend money and buy all of this, and you will look at, if you're a DPS, like as a free-to-play bard, maybe you can like catch up and do like kind of almost the hardest level, but if you're a DPS, if you're not spending money, you can see the difference. Like you will see the pay-to-win DPS doing 1.45 mil DPS, and you as a free-to-play probably doing like 600k if you're on a good day, you know? That's a lot of difference in DPS. So it just, now after 3.0, just became super pay-to-win. Now they're just milking you, like you can buy everything in the shop, which is just very sad to see. Auction house, is ruled by gold world bosses depending on how your guild system is. And if you do like raids, you participate in, you usually have the big whales buying everything. So really, this game is really dominating by whales over like the hard overlords, the hard dungeons. Who are doing them? The whales. The hard raids. Who are doing them? The whales. You know, it's just like it's ridiculous. If you go in and you try to kill a pay-to-win deep player in PvP, you're gonna get destroyed. But they do have, again, they did this, they kind of messed up with like Crusaders of Light on the PvP system. I don't think the PvP was rewarding enough, so people didn't participate in it. So people don't do much PvP in World of Kings 2, just like Crusaders of Light. It's really dependent on the raids and so on, but it went the same way. And also the bad thing the World of Kings is doing is they're not decreasing the people that you need to do raid. There's always 25 people, 25 people, 25. They're not making them like 15 men or something to compensate for the population they're losing. So World of Kings C, really good design game. You can play it free to play and you can have fun, but if you want to do the hard, again, you have to spend money, and there's so much to spend money on in this game. Like there's like daily top-ups and weekly top-ups, monthly top-ups. It's too much, but yeah, that's World of Kings. And now let's move on to Era of Legends. Now finally we see a little positivity here. We have Era of Legends. I'm gonna put Era of Legends on A. Now Era of Legends, I played this for a few months. It was fun. I didn't spend any money on this game, maybe a little bit, like 10 bucks, 20 bucks, something. But Era of Legends was, again, focused on raids, big raids, but they also did PvP correctly. They had a balanced PvP. They get good rewards for PvP, and people actually played PvP in this game, which was super fun. Some classes they weren't full balance, but you could play this game as a free-to-play player. However, when you had to do the harder, when the raids became harder and harder, you had to have some whales, and what you could spend money on was creating your pet levels, making them stronger, and you could like spend money and get like the, what do you call it, the mythical weapons and so on. But I will put this on an A because like you could spend money, but you could also keep up free to play. I was keeping up being completely free to play in Era of Legends and being able to do those hard raids. I have not seen how far they've gotten, but I'm guessing, like, of course they add more and more pay-to-win stuff, but they also introduce a Windows version of this game on PC, which is, I heard, is mainly free to play, so that is a good thing. Now let's move on to the next game. We're gonna be talking about Rangers of Oblivion. Now Rangers of Oblivion, I made some videos and people really enjoyed this game. This was like a what do you call it? What do you call that game that you hunt monsters? Monster Hunter, of course. I'm stupid. It's like a Monster Hunter game. You go into these instances, you fight these monsters. Really cool, really fun. However, it just became so pay to win. They started adding tournaments, which was completely pay to win. You had to buy tickets to be able to enter these instances, which cost money. You had to upgrade your gear, spend money for that. It just became super pay to win. Like a lot of my friends that were really enjoying this game quit this game because of how pay to win this game got. Like literally everything, entering instances, doing anything, crafting, just have to spend money to be able to keep up. And they didn't add anything. Like this problem, like when you have such a good game, you should be adding something like unique, something cool, like big raid bosses to fight and so on, but they didn't. They were really shy on adding new stuff, but it was a fun game while it lasted. It was different. It was kind of MMO, but unfortunately they didn't hit the ball as they did. It felt more like they just wanted to milk it and so on. Now let's talk about a game I've been playing recently. If you guys been following me, you guys knew my YouTube was down. So if you guys followed me on Twitch, which you guys should, which is Spid Levels, you guys would know I was playing Dragon Raja. Now Dragon Raja is a unique game. Completely, I've never seen. The graphics are insane. The storyline is really amazing. But I started fast to realize that this game is super pay to win. I have like usually when an MMO gets released, they take it easy. They like make a first month, like did you see a little pay to win right there? But after the first month, then they release an update which is super pay to win. Dragon Raja was like, I don't care. I know my game looks amazing. I know people will play my game, so I'm just gonna make it pay to win from the start. So I was enjoying it. I didn't spend. I spent like $5 eventually on this game, but I didn't like I enjoyed it. Like it was fun. like we did the first dungeons, we got the first kill title, we did the second dungeon, we did the first kill title, then I want to do the third dungeon. The second dungeon I got carried in, and the third dungeon I got super carried in. I might upload the videos on doing those dungeons and you guys will understand what I mean. So what you could do in this game, you could spend money and you could literally double, triple, 4 times people's gear score by buying, upgrading like your gear, your weapons, your armor, buy like draconic items with spending money. You could upgrade your vehicles, you could upgrade your pets with money. Literally you can upgrade everything with money. Like you could also do it free to play, but the difference between gear score was insane. I had a player, I'm going to tell you, we had a full team of 5 people challenging a hard dungeon, a new hard dungeon that just came out. We just leveled up, we entered it, we're going to have some fun, right? We go into the dungeon, we all 4 die, we lose all our life. That one guy who has triple our gear score because how much money he spent, he soloed the whole dungeon alone. And in PvP, there's no balanced PvP. If you want to kill that guy, you can. You got to bring like 30 people to just challenge him. And that was from the start of the game. So just imagine when you get deeper and deeper into the game. So Dragon Raja, full pay to win, but it looks amazing. If you want to play for a story, if you want to play for a challenge, like challenging content, play free to play. If you want to compete with players, you can't as a free to play player. So that is Dragon Raja in a nutshell. One second, I get a sip of my water. I'm getting dry, guys, okay? Talking about all this pay to win makes my mouth dry, you know? Alright, now let's look at something a little more like free to play-ish, because that's what you guys are here for. You guys don't want to look at all this pay to win, you guys want some free to play. So let's bring up a little free to play. We have I was not meant to do that. I actually clicked on my recording instead of the tier maker. We're not going to talk about it. Let's go to my favorite game as a child, RuneScape old school, that came out on mobile I think a couple of years ago now. Now RuneScape is free to play. It's a little different from mobile MMOs. You don't have the joystick, you have to click to tap to move. Really old school fashion, it's super grindy, but it is complete free to play. You can buy like a membership, and when you buy the membership every month, you get everything. Nobody gets more than somebody else, nobody gets less than anybody else. Everybody has the same thing. You have dungeons, you have PvP, they call it PK in that game. You have raids, you can participate, you can have fun, you can grind whatever you want to focus on. If you like wood cutting, you like fishing, you like you know fighting, you can focus on whatever you want. You can focus on all of it, and you can have just as much fun. There's no pay to win, nothing. It was just free to play, but it is pretty old school, and not a lot of people like it because it's a really old-fashioned game. But if you want, you can check it out, and if you enjoy it, you're not going to be spending a dime. So that is really nice with RuneScape, the free to play. And now let's go to Black Desert. You guys saw me play a lot, walk through Black Desert gameplays. I had a lot of parts playing. Now Black Desert, I would put Black Desert on A with Era of Legends. Now maybe a B actually. I think I'm going to put it on a B. Now Black Desert Mobile is the typical MMO on a mobile that a typical MMO should be. It is super casual. You can put your game in the pocket and it will play for you. It will level for you. You will come back, you wake up, you're like, yeah, I'm leveled up. You'll be at work, I'm gonna put my Black Desert AFK mode in my pocket. And you come back and you be like, oh, I've been leveling up, I've been getting stats. But it is pay to win. You can buy Black Pearls. Black Pearls can get you accessories which will give you gear stats. If you want the exclusive gear stats, you can buy costumes and so on to get even more gear stats. And then you can also get pets, and I think you get one pet for free. And you have to buy a pet, and then you can increase even more stats. So again, this game is pay to win. You can spend money to get higher stats. However, I noticed playing the game is that I could do mostly what everybody else could do as a pay to win player. However, if you're going to challenge them in a fight and so on, they will destroy you. But if you want to do like boss rushes and so on, you can do that free to play. You can do the ancient runes free to play. And I think they had an update. I didn't see too much into the update, but you can catch up a little free to play, and it's an AFK, so if you can have your device on for a longer period of time, you can also catch up. But if you want to like get to the top, you have to whale, you have to spend money, and that's how it is. Now let's go into another game. We're gonna talk about Dawn of Isles. Dawn of Isles? I think it's called Dawn of Isles. Now, Dawn of Isles was really good when it started out. I'm gonna put it on A, maybe a B, not quite sure. But Dawn of Isles, if you haven't heard, you could like create your own land, you can create your own base, and you can farm up and grind. It was really unique to the MMO. However, they started adding things to, like, I think it was gems or something that you had to spend money to level up, and then people couldn't keep up. So people just kept like the lower level ones. If you want to get deeper into the different islands and so on, you had to spend more and more money to be able to keep up and be able to compete. So again, it's like a, I think it's a B, maybe even. It's like a Black Desert story. Like, it comes out really nicely the first month. People are really enjoying it. It's a fun game, but deeper you get into, the developers see that they're losing money, they're losing population, less people are playing it, so they start adding more and more. They have to spend more money, and then it just ends up bad. But it was, I played a little bit. It's a fun game. It wasn't my type of game, but it's a really unique and fun game if you guys want to check it out. Let's talk about Lineage Revolution. Lineage Revolution is gonna go straight pay to win for me. Now, this game had so many classes. I don't even remember how many, like 60 classes, even more maybe. I checked it out. I had some first impression videos on it, but it was super duper pay to win. You could get everything. You could get gear, you could increase your stats, you can spend so much money, and you could be unbeatable in PvP. It's just like, I can't really say anything more about it. It's a super lackluster game. When it came out, you saw those graphics, you saw all those classes, you were like, this game could be good, but they just milked. They knew they had the population, because Lineage is from like a PC game. It comes from like a big name, so people will really play this game and check it out. There's a new Lineage 2M coming out. I'm going to be making a video on that if I haven't made it already. I will talk more about that. But Lineage 2 Revolution, you have to spend money to be able to catch up, to play, to compete. It doesn't have anything like WoW, raid-wise, anything. It's just like an MMO with all the other MMOs, what they have. It's just different type of graphics that people enjoy, but you have to spend money. Now let's talk about Adventure Quest 3D. Now, Adventure Quest is really old school game. But it is completely free to play. You can have fun, you can play, you can challenge those dungeons, and if you enjoy it, it's free to play. You have to spend money on it, and it's just grindy, you know. People, you just have fun playing it. But again, it's an old game, so most people won't probably enjoy it. But if you want to check it out, check it out. Let's talk about which games do we have. We have Celtic Heroes. Now, Celtic Heroes is an S for me. Now, Celtic Heroes is also a very old school suit. Looks really old graphic wise. However, it is mainly free to play. You can buy like elixirs and EXP potions and so on to play it and to level up and so on. But gameplay wise, it's free to play. It's no like, can't use buy gear or anything like that, or buy stats. You have to grind, super grindy. If you guys enjoy like grindy games, definitely check it out, but keep in mind it's an old school game. Now, I'm seeing a pattern here. I'm seeing like all these new games are super pay to win. You have like the old school games that are like free to play, you know, and they're still like, these games are still booming today, you know, because again, they are free to play. Like, a lot of the problem with most mobile MMO markets are like, they release this really cool game. Like, just look at this: Dragon Roger, Rangers of Oblivion, World of Kings, Crusaders of Light, Orient 2. All this game has, it looks wow. You look at it, you see wow. All right, people, it becomes, a lot of people play it. Now, the developers in their mind, when they see people are quitting, they just start increasing the price, right? But they don't understand why people are quitting. Nobody wants to take the chance with mobile MMOs these days. They want to make their money back, right? And they want to make an income before the game dies. So what they think in their head is like, since a lot of Western players like us, we are really like picky when it comes to games. We like to play a game for a month, and then when we can't catch up anymore, we realize that we can't, we quit it. That's like the mobile MMO mindset these days. You play a game for a month, maybe 2, and then you quit it and you go to the next one. Now, these developers have figured it out, like this is what people do. So what they're gonna do is they're gonna milk you for the first month and 2 until you quit, and then they'd be like, we made our money. Now the people that are left, that are invested in this game, we're just gonna keep milking those guys, and there's these cool offers, and the game just becomes super pay to win. Now, what would have been cool is if there comes a game, a mobile MMO, which is really good, right? But it's also free to play, but it has like, you can buy cosmetics, like you can buy maybe mounts, you can buy costumes, which doesn't give stats, and so that they can make money in ways where it doesn't affect like gear score or doesn't affect the competition. It's like based on grinding. But I think people, these companies are afraid of, which is, I understand, are afraid that people play it, and since it's so grindy and it's so mobile, and grind and mobile, it doesn't really work out. So what people are going to do is when they're going to see the game is grindy, it's not pay to win, they're going to complain that this game is way too grindy. And then people will quit and go to the next one. So it's like a dilemma, you know, people are going to complain no matter what. So it's what you want to do. I hope there comes a game in the future on mobile that is not pay to win, that is mainly free to play. And they can keep the population, and it can be like a really good game. But they have to release a really good MMO. Now, enough about my rant. Let's keep going. We have 2 games left. We have Ragnarok. Now, Ragnarok M, I'm going to put it on C. Now, Ragnarok M, I made a video on it. It's super, it's different when it comes to its graphics. Not everybody likes this type of graphic. However, this game was good in the start, but as you know, it got super pay to win. If you want to compete with the top players, you have to spend. You can buy gear, you can buy the currency. So, I mean, it's not much to say. They're releasing a new Ragnarok mobile game this year, I think. Might make a video on that, so tune in for that. And let's jump right into the last game, Dragon Nest. Dragon Nest, I'm gonna put, where did I put Dragon Nest? Dragon Nest, I will put on A. Now, Dragon Nest, you can spend money, you can buy gems, you can upgrade, you can get stronger gear. However, the reason I put it on A is just the same reason as Era of Legends, actually, is that the PvP is balanced. If you want to fight in PvP and compete there, you can do that. The gear is balanced, so you don't have to worry that. But if you want to challenge dungeons and so on, you have to spend. So this is my list. If there are games that you would want me to add, just let me know in the comments below, and I will add those games to the list, in the future list. If you guys do not know, I do stream on Twitch. So what I do stream on Twitch, I stream different games, but I will also start streaming like a just chatting stream where I record these videos and I edit them, and while I'm editing, I'm talking to you guys. If you have any questions about the video, or if you want to add, if you're gonna give me any video ideas, I will definitely hope you guys come and check me out on Twitch. I will go back to the intermission now. Bam, you can see all my socials below. So that was fun. Doing my pay to win free to play tier list. Let's look at the list again before we call it free to play. We have RuneScape, we have Adventure Quest. On the S, we have Celtic Heroes. A, we have Era of Legends, Dragon Nest. On B, we have Black Desert Mobile and Dawn of Isles. C, World of Kings, Oran Chaos 2, Crusaders of Light, Ragnarok Mobile. Super pay to win, we have Rangers of Oblivion, Dragon Raja, and Lineage Revolution. That is my pay to win free to play tier list for mobile MMOs that are currently active. And there's more videos come. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys like and subscribe. It really helps me a lot, especially after I got hacked. And put the bell on and everything. And you guys can follow my socials below if you want to get in contact with me. If you have any questions or any suggestions to my videos, I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, guys. Wash your hands. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.